Hi, and welcome to Anmaree's Workshop. My name is Anne-Marie, and I like to make things. And today is my hashtag Friday Sews. Now, first things first, if this is your kind of thing, if you like to make things or watch people make things, then please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for making me have 1,000 subscribers. If I didn't catch you before, let me thank you now. Thank you very much. Now, today's Friday Sews Creators topic is, are you a perfectionist when you sew, or do you just go with the flow? And I had to really think about that. Now, I have to say, I think I'm a combination of those things. Some things I have to have in a certain way, and some things only I'm seeing it. And I noticed that I've been sewing since I was, I'm not going to count 5, but 11. I've been sewing since I've been, 11. And so there's a certain level of acceptance that I have at 59 that I didn't have when I was younger. A big part of sewing well is the development of patience. And I think you grow that. Some people come with it. I didn't come with it. I wanted to see the pattern, make it, and wear it to school the next day. Or I wanted to buy a fabric that I thought was really pretty, and it didn't have anything to do with my lifestyle. Like, I used to like these interlock, 100% polyester things that were not cool in the era of Gap jeans and stuff like that at school. But that's just something I had to grow. So I had to learn how to be patient about my fabric selection. I needed to learn how to be good about pattern selection, and I also needed to be forgiving of myself. So some things I make, and I love a French seam, and even that's not perfect. I don't do the flat felled part where you stitch the seam down. I just like my raw seams inside. And because sometimes my serger is sketchy and it takes a lot to thread it, sometimes on the amount of time I have to work on something, I want it to work out perfectly, and a French seam will work. Now, sometimes I make something, like for instance, that jacket I was working on. It didn't work out okay. I'm just gonna take it apart and try again. It doesn't bother me now. That's part of growing older and being patient. In the past, I'd toss it, or if it didn't look just right, I'd toss it. Now I'm like, well, let me see if I can work with you. Maybe if I hem those, maybe if I cut those pants too short, maybe they're cool outs. There's all sorts of things now. So I think as far as the topic today, I'm a mix. Some things I have to have perfect, and some things nobody knows it but me. I'm the only one driving myself crazy. So I guess I'm 50-50. Now y'all, as for what's going on around the workshop this week, we had a lightning strike, not in our house, but at a pole somewhere over to the left here, in between, I think on the other side of the street, far away. Anyway, lightning is so very interesting. I was in here sewing. I felt a puff of wind come through that window, and I smelt that electrical smell. And it was so unusual. And when I went outside, there was a huge rainstorm approaching us through the valley on this side. And it was wrapping around. And I ran outside and I ran around the house because I felt like we had I didn't think lightning. I thought we had some kind of electrical fire. So I went running around. I couldn't find anything, but I could smell it. And then I noticed on the front porch, we keep one of those halogen lights, those long-term lights, the little twisty turning ones. And I could swear it was smoking in its socket. I could swear it. But so my dad and I are outside. We're sniffing the wind. We're sniffing, all kinds of stuff. And then little by little, we have surge protectors on all of our major appliances. I have surge protectors on everything, televisions, computers, everything. Little by little, half of the house, the power went out, little by little. But it kept giving us lights. But my dad was looking at them going, they're too bright. And he's right. So I turned on the chandelier in the dining room, pop, 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 pop. Not good. So anyway, I did not know, like I thought I was singular and I was wondering what was happening. So then I had this moment and I will include it right here. So this morning, this is a sewing triumph. This morning, I was opening the gate for the painter to come today. He's working on painting some things for us. And I was wearing my McCall's robe set. Didn't think I'd run into anyone. And of course, I run into my neighbors next door who are having the same problem. Their lights are out. They're standing there. And I'm telling y'all, I looked fabulous because I was wearing my full outfit. So I was out there glistening in the sun. Now, in the past, I would have been wearing something crazy. I would have had on a t-shirt or my mismatched pajamas or something like that. Remember, I talked about making pajamas, and this is a sewing miracle, y'all. I'm so grateful. All right, so that was the next morning. And that was just to let you know that loungewear is perfection. You can run out of your house with no shame. If something, an emergency happens, you can stand in your neighborhood, billowing and glistening in the sun in your loungewear outfit. So ladies and gentlemen, this fall, make yourself some good looking loungewear. You never know when you're gonna get caught outside because you have some kind of emergency. That's my advice to you. All right, so then other than that, the power company came and they fixed it. We've got lights again. I've replaced about 15 bulbs that popped because lightning is funny. We've lost a television, a VCR, a set of phones, and I had things to upload those past 3, could not get them to upload to YouTube. So that's why you got a video yesterday about sending my Dress a Girl Around the World dresses off. And I'm hoping that this one goes up, but I think we're back to normal. So let's talk about what I actually got a chance to do. One of the things I got a chance to do is to cover my ironing board in that beautiful leftover remnant for that I used on the Ankara dresses for the little girls. And I made that one, and I made my smaller board that I usually use for interfacing and stuff. So that was one of the things I handled. And another thing I did, since I had no access, I didn't want to turn on my sewing machine because it's electrical and the computer machine, and if it got blasted, it would not be good. So I spent the day, it was hot. I spent the day in like some shorts and a tank top, and I cut out all of my ether dresses. I cut out all of my McCall's dresses, shirts, blouses, because, you know, I'm such a fan of this pattern. I cut quite a few of these out to go with my clothes because they're very comfortable. They're perfect for Jamaica, excuse me. And I also cut out my Christmas bags from this pattern, which is Butterick 5232. They were on eBay. I don't know if there's any left. Now, you know, I've made these aprons. I made 2 more of them because I had scraps left. So they were kind of a hodgepodge. I'll show you those. These are what I made with my leftover scraps. So they're kind of a hodgepodge of different different things that I had to put together, but they're still nice gifts. You know, they're still nice gifts. So I had those left over. Oh, hold on. Those are the real ones. Sorry, my bad. Those were the actual ones I made, not the scrap ones. So I had stuck the scrap ones in my Christmas box that I keep for if anybody comes by and they have a gift for me, and I didn't have them on my Christmas list. I think it's less of a problem now. When I was a teacher and so in the choir and all my friends and everything like that, it was a real necessity to have emergency gifts and neighbors who show up, but not so much now that I live here. But these were the ones I was talking about, like whatever was left over with the fabric. I just put them together in one I found that had fallen behind my sewing machine. So these were kind of the scrap aprons, but they're still cute. And if anybody stops by, or did I make one for myself? Let me think. So one of them might be for me. Anyway, so I had lots of scrap left, so I made little pot holders. They have the Insulbrite on the inside to protect your hands. I used to try and make pot holders for Christmas and everything because I thought they were cute, but then I realized you have to make sure you have the stuff inside so it doesn't burn your hands. So I made some of these from scrap material while I was watching TV. I made some mitts. You know, some people can't have a scrap, you know. But we will talk about scraps next week. Now, another part of this pattern are these bags back here, right here, these little gift bags. So I had bought, if you look at when I was in Texas haul, sometime like in May, when I picked up my fabric that I'd gotten from fabricmart, they had this fabric that I was intrigued by. It was like a burlap, a green burlap with gold stripes on it. And I thought I'd love to make some Christmas bags, kind of permanent Christmas bags out of those, like for my neighbors and people who do things to help make this life easier for us here in Jamaica. So here is one of them. And it's lined in leftover quilting fabric. And I have a whole set of them that are ready to be sewn and turned inside out. And then the bottom piece is put in. I enjoyed making these bags. I substituted a self fabric handle for these web because I felt it was sturdy and it would last a long time. And of course, Pings had the perfect match for my green handles. And I will include a Ping moment right here. We're at the Pings. We're at the Pings. I swear I'm gonna put it up there. I swear. Shout out to Yvonne from Mandeville, who I ran into at Pings. I can't believe it that somebody recognized me in Pings, of all places and everything. So it was lovely to visit with you, Yvonne. I'm looking forward to your retirement, and I'm also looking forward to seeing everything that you're going to make. And I'm hoping we'll get a chance to meet up and do other things here in Mandeville. But that was a great moment. So it was a big week, 1,000 subscribers, meeting somebody who is actually here in Jamaica, actually at the Pings. It was a great week, lightning and all. It was a great week. All right, well, that's it, guys. This is the last week of the month. The only thing left on my list of things to do is I have a cover up that's just needs a hem, these Christmas bags, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the month finishing this quilt that's behind me, because like I said, I've got a monster one that's after it that I'm very excited to work on, but it's really demanding. And I'm also looking forward to So jumpsuit, that's what all this stuff is. There are all these fabrics and ideas I pulled through to make jumpsuits, and I'm very excited about that. So to say that, I hope you're having a good time in your neighborhood. I hope everything is going well for you, and I'm hoping you're getting a chance to create. And see you next Friday. And those of you who are joining us on the Friday Sew night, I will see you on the Zoom tonight. My Zoom meeting is on my community tab over my 1000K vlog entry. The more the merrier. It's 45 minutes. We talk about whatever we're sewing on and other things, and we're getting better at sewing and talking at the same time, but you're welcome. All right then, see you next Friday.